Hey guys, welcome to the Real IDP Hunter podcast. I'm your host, Real IDP Hunter. We're doing a special show tonight. We're going to do a mock draft preview. Jamie wanted to go live. I think it's an excellent idea considering we've been doing these best ball drafts all off season. Just wanted to show you guys a couple things. We're in so many drafts, it's hard to keep a hold of, okay? Best ball 1, we're in the 24th round. Best ball 2, we're completed. Real IDP Hunter Best Ball 3, we're in the 15th round. Real IDP Hunter Best Ball 4 to 20th round. Real IDP Hunter Best Ball 5, we're in the 17th round. Best Ball 6, we're in the 10th round. Best Ball 7, we're in the 6th round. We're a little behind on that one. I don't know. Blame it on me. Real IDP Hunter Best Ball 8 to 22nd round, almost finishing up. Real IDP Hunter Best Ball 9 in the 4th round, a little bit slower there too. We got a couple special ones coming up. We got Real IDP Hunter 10. That's going to be an all-star show. Of all the best drafts me and Jamie hand selected, that's going on. I think that's going on tomorrow. I got to check with Jamie. We also have Real IDP Hunter Best Ball 11. That's our international draft. We got guys from the UK. We got guys from Portugal. We got guys from Canada. That one's already in the 2nd round. And then last but not least, we have Real IDP Hunter Best Ball 12 happening right now. It's going to be a fast draft. I'm going to let Jamie let you in on all the details. But before I do, I just want to share one thing with you, courtesy of Jorge Edwards, okay? Jorge Edwards let me publish an article. I'm going to send it all out to your emails that are in this thing now. I'm going to try to put it in the draft boards. Jorge Edwards let me publish all the ADP for all of those drafts so you guys can enjoy it. What we did was over at Fantasy Frames, because we like doing great content, okay? We published all the ADP to include, this is the article on the screen for those on Spotify, iHeartRadio, welcome in. We put all this on the screen for you to show you. It's a free article right now you can get. It's Real IDP Hunter, these best ball combo leagues, the ADP, what we have going on now. We averaged it with Underdog, and of course they don't have ADP. So as you can see by the article, it's pretty well done. I mean, I take it all the way to the 17th, 18th round because that's what we have. But go ahead and check that out. And like I said, for the guys that are playing, I'm going to put that in your email, Kurt's in on this draft and cut this draft because I told them 7:05 we're going to start. It's already getting going here. So, okay, let's start the video and let's get this thing going, okay? Thank you.
I am Battlefield to your fantasy lineup. Let's go! Bringing a lockdown, dropping bombs. Make some noise for the defensive dominator, IDP Hunter!
It's going. Jamie, can you tell the audience a little bit about who Hames? Because I know he's very modest. He has an impressive resume. And then while you're at it, can you cut into what the heck we're about to do in the scoring and the format, please?
Yeah, before we do that, we do need one more drafter. So I tried to put it in the YouTube chat because we had so many listeners, but it didn't give me access. So if you want to throw the link in to try to get one more drafter.
Here's what I don't understand, Jamie. Jorge Edwards is in the chat. He knows. He's publishing articles left and right. He tried to get this out before the show. He just said 1K people are watching this right now. I only seen 23 when I logged in, but I went to the bathroom. I take long bathroom breaks, so maybe something happened. But I don't know. Can one of y'all come on in, volunteer to come in so we can have a full man draft? Okay, Jorge's just giving us updates. We got a crew. I'm telling you, it's Who Hames. He does this for a living. Go ahead, Jamie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you need to throw the sleeper link in the chat so someone can join.
Okay, I'll do that while you guys are talking. Go right ahead.
Yeah, so Who Hames, tell everyone like what you've been up to about your channel and everything, your milestones and your long streams.
Yeah, anytime I get a Sunday off, I'm doing a marathon stream right now. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 subs. I'm going to do a 24-hour when we get there. I stream every Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. Central, and on Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Central. And if I have the day off, I just basically stream all day. I just love football. I don't do a lot of IDP. I do really enjoy IDP, but I look forward to this. I did a 50 round IDP startup this year, so I've done a little bit of research on it. So
that's great. So these best balls we created, it's just 10 teams. It's a slow draft. We kind of cater to the newer IDP people so they don't get scared away. So we have it. It's a best ball redraft, single quarterback, full PPR, 0.75 tight end premium, 6-point passing touchdowns. It's 1 point every 15 passing yards. And we have IDP flexes only, and the IDP scoring is 1, 2, 3. The starting lineups, we have 8 offensive players, 4 IDPs. So we start 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 3 flexes, and 4 IDP flexes. So if you notice, there's no tight end position that you have to draft, but it is the 0.75 tight end premium. You can use those for the 3 flexes. So it gives you flexibility to build however you want. We go 12 starters, 18 bench, so 30 total rounds. And it's the best ball scoring, so you don't have to set lineups. And we charge $5 for these.
So I'm putting you on the spot. I know you haven't been drafting with us per se. This is your first one, but you're an expert. How would you attack this format? How would you guys exploit that? I'll ask both of y'all.
I'm probably going to push wide receiver pretty far. And so I'll just tell you what I'm going to do. I am not as versed in IDP, and I think that there is kind of an edge to go with some of the mid-round guys to get alternating spike weeks, but I don't know those players well enough. So I'm probably going to go for the elites and just hope that they hit hard. That's probably going to be my strategy here, because I think that I know the offensive players well enough. I think I could scrap together good offense that way. So because I feel more comfortable on the offensive side, I'm probably going to attack the stars on defense.
This is a question I kind of stole from Jorge Edwards, and he has a great channel too, Fantasy and Frames. He's always supporting me and what I'm doing. So I appreciate you, Jorge. I know you're in the chat. This is a smart question that Jorge asked on his channel. And I feel like the guys in there, maybe they didn't answer it as smart as you guys would. So I'm going to throw another one back to you guys. You're in drafts, and I know you want to take best player available. I know that's such a cliche thing to say. Like Bruce Lee says, you want to move like water. At what point do you stop? Do you shift from going best player available, and then you start justifying, well, I need to fill these position needs, and I need to fill this position? When do you stop doing that? Is there a point in the draft?
For best ball?
General, yeah. Or best ball. Yeah, let's go best ball. Mm-hmm.
For best ball specifically, I kind of play because it also depends. If you're doing a league that is based you're just playing your room instead of a tournament style, it's a much different prospect too. So if I'm playing the tournament style, I have to have a team that can beat 400 people in a finals, right? So I'm basically never going to if the room just keeps taking a position that I don't have access to, and it's dead every time it comes to me, I'm going to just fortify the position I'm strong at and try to absolutely dominate that position, and then try to scrap together. Eventually, I'm going to try to be more stubborn than the other people, than the room. And I think that eventually they'll stop taking the position that I'm light on, and I'll get the values later in the draft. That's kind
because
of
the reason I asked, I was in a draft with Jamie not too long ago, and I went wide receiver. It just fell to me. I think I got Chase, Amon St. Brown, and then I'm well, it was Jamie's idea. He's like, dude, the wide receiver elites are important. The running backs, there's a whole crowd of running backs that you're about to see. The Brees Halls, the ETNs, the Judkins. I mean, heck, I'm going to let y'all do it. But, yeah, I agree with that. Probably about around 4-ish, I was thinking. OP Joey asked, what song do you listen to get pumped up for drafts? I'm older than y'all. I can tell by my age here. I got the gray in the beard. I like Journey. I like Chicago. I like Rush. I got a rec player over here. These guys, I don't know. Looking at Who Hames and Jamie, it's probably gangster rap to them.
I listened to one of the songs Jamie's wrote about me. That's
I was about to say Stoned Age. Stoned Age is great. He uses it for his intro. Go over to Who Hames channel. He plays it every time he starts a stream. But you only hear 30 seconds of it. This is a whole 3-4 minute long song.
Yeah.
But let's hit this draft up. I think everyone's ready.
Everybody is ready. Hold on, let me put it on this
start. We're waiting.
Hold on, buddy. I'm going to put it on screen, okay?
Yep.
And All right. Okay. So I am in Best Ball. All right. It says mock draft for some reason. Did you set up the draft?
You set it up. Send it to me, man. We
Huh.
got.
Okay. Yeah. It's not. It's not coming up.
Real
For
IDP
some
Hunter.
reason.
Real IDP Hunter live.
Best
Best Ball
12
number 12.
live. Yep. Yep. It's not. It's not coming up there. I don't know why. Shoot. Yeah, I'm on my computer. I don't see it. Do you want to pull it up and then or just send me the link on screen and then I'll pull it up that way? It might be my computer. I don't know.
Shit.
Well, I sent you the invite link in the private chat.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know if that'll work, but I
do
said
you want to share your screen?
Oh, I know
do
what
on
it
my
is.
phone.
I can
We
share
got
my
to set
screen.
this thing up right now to draft. I'm old. Bear with me here. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Oh yeah,
All right, so
I
we
can always share
update the
mine.
draft time.
No. I would have just hit start time. All right.
Okay, well, I asked. That's what I was saying. Okay,
Yeah.
and sleeper, because you actually have the commissioner duties too. Again, sorry for the technical. I don't know my way around like I need to, evidently. Hey guys, last question for you before we get going. I am a little bit old school the way I draft. I love to have 4 running backs. Do you care about roster restrictions on stuff like this, or you just doing what you got to do?
So
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Who?
I think you got to there is a point you have to stop because there's too much. I know I said I just keep attacking until I can't anymore. And if you go 6 wide receivers, like in this, you only start 2 wide receivers with some flex, right? Like you can get up to 3 flex. So you can start 5 wide receivers every week. I think once you've got to 6 wide receivers, if you're going to go heavy wide receiver, if you go 6 in a row, you're hurting the rest of your team at a certain point. Same with running back. You can start 5 running backs in this. That is wild. Starting 5 running backs is a wild thing. And there's 10 people. So if you can start 5, that's 50 running backs that can start every week. In this specific format, running back is insanely valuable. Insanely valuable.
See, I'm kind of the opposite. I'm thinking you only need 2. You only need 2.
You only need 2.
Yes.
But you can start.
I'd like to have 4.
Yeah.
Because if you have 4, you have
I like that take.
4 that actually can go into your spot with the 0.75 tight end premium. Your third, 4th running back isn't going to hit your flex spot as much as tight end 15 even with this premium.
It depends. So if you look at the premium and you add that,
oh, can you turn the sound off?
I don't know how to. So just I'll figure it out. Go ahead.
There's yeah.
Well, we're gonna
Keep going.
we're gonna do something wild already.
Okay.
So back to, yes, you're not wrong, but the values at tight end are down the board. So, and the average running back just scores more fantasy points every week than the average everything else. And even with the big premium there, most tight ends only get 60 receptions, right? So that doesn't make up for the extra, that doesn't make up for the amount of extra points that the running backs get. Because a 60 receptions is a bonus. 0.75 would be 48 points or something, right? So, in my opinion,
give or take.
Yeah, I think that was the correct math, but I might be wrong. So, I think that taking a bunch of late tight ends is a really strong thing, but going very strong early running backs is also very good. So I'm just going to hammer these running backs is what I'm going to do.
Yes, yeah, I love to have at least 3 strong running backs, and then I could just fill in some later. But
yeah, and
so
I
question,
get that. Yeah.
So question, guys, and again, the first round just happened. I'll do a recap of the first round, of course. But Gibbs and Robinson, they go back and back. Those are usually the 1 and the 2. In this case, we had it a little bit different. We had the 1 and the 3. Is it close to you, or it doesn't matter, or how do you guys view those two?
It depends on the format. And
okay,
if we're doing something to where it's a best ball tournament style, most people have Gibbs 1. I personally have Bijan 1 because I like his playoff schedule more. It's so whatever. It doesn't like they're so close. I don't think either argument's wrong.
Jamie, how about you? We've been Gibbs banging it all this offseason, right? With no Montgomery there. The thought is he's going to get a bigger load, or you don't think so? What's your thoughts?
Oh yeah, no, Gibbs is going to smash. So is Bijan. So in my 60 draft that I'm in now on Underdog, I have 12 shares of the first pick. So I went 6 Bijan and 6 Gibbs. So I'm just going back and forth between them. It's so razor thin. Like if I had to choose one of one, I'm going to go Bijan.
So in this draft, it went 1.1 Gibbs, 1.2 Chase, 1.3 Robinson. But usually we see it Gibbs Robinson, right? My next question to you guys, there's a tier right after that. Usually it goes Chase, Puka Nacua, Jackson Smith. Are those 5 generally chalk to you, or do you guys see it differently in this type of format?
I definitely want to go Puka over JSN. St. Brown is right there with JSN for me. I'd go back.
And that was a follow-up question I had for you, Jamie. St. Brown is usually in that tier with me. I agree. Maybe Huhames could jump in here too. I've seen it. I've seen people go Taylor, CMC, then Amon St. Brown. Are you not on that train? What are your thoughts with that top 8?
I think in half-point PPR, Taylor has a lot more value than he does in full PPR. I think in full PPR, you could argue Taylor should go all the way at like the 109. And I think that Genty and CMC, Amon-Ra should all be well ahead of him. I kind of think Amon-Ra is clearly the wide receiver 3 over JSN, and the market does not believe that.
And you kind of got to throw Justin Jefferson in there because his talent alone. I know he had a down year with a quarterback that couldn't even be a quarterback in CFL, JJ McCarthy. Now he actually has Kyler Murray, who isn't going to be 100% great, but he's good enough to make Justin Jefferson what Sam Darnold made Justin Jefferson.
Jamie, if I may, that's a good point. When we did the ADP chart over frames, the article that just came out, and I'll get that out to everybody, I promise. I kept doing the math. Justin Jefferson's a fringe first rounder, and he's a first fringe rounder here. He went 1.9. Let me read that first round to you, just to tell me if anything sticks out. I said Gibbs 1.1, Chase 1.2, Robinson 1.3, Puka 1.4, Jackson Smith 1.5, Genty 1.6, Lamb 1.7, St. Brown 1.8, Justin Jefferson, as we said, 1.9, CMC 1.10. Do you like that first round? Is there anybody that maybe missed it?
No, seems kind of chalk to me.
Because right on the back end, you have Cook and London. I was asking.
Well, I see Huhames. You went Genty as the number 3 running back. I could see that finishing the year. I could also see Hampton being the number 3, and he went a whole 12 picks later. Other than that,
Huhames, you like Genty, huh? This year, I've noticed some of your shows.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. He had 55 receptions on a team that couldn't function last year, and they were calling plays in the huddle that they didn't even practice with Chip Kelly. So, the level of I guess clownism is the word I'm going to use. I'm going to make it up and use it right now, but clownism. Let's go with it. the level of clownism that they had last year in the Raiders was absolutely hilarious. Like, it could not believe the stuff they were doing, right? Like, and they had their offensive line. Like, how do you block when they're calling plays that you didn't practice? Like, there's a reason that when the coach got fired, their offensive line started to look a little better. There's reasons that the same thing happened in Tennessee.
So I left this on the thing, so I remember saying it. Jorge said his favorite song is "If I Can't" by 50 Cent. Jamie, I don't see Jorge rocking 50 Cent while he's drafting. I don't know. It's kind of a picture I didn't want to. I didn't think it was gonna be on my bingo card this morning.
I think I might have rubbed off on him a little bit, taking his streams with me to the strip club.
I think you
late at
have.
night.
I think you have, my friend. And this is old Von Cleef here. That's an old Western guy. Von Chief Jefferson. What time's the draft start? I hope I missed that because he published at 7:13. You're late, buddy. But we'll get you for the next one, I promise. We'll get you for the next one.
Yeah, so
this draft, these guys are not missing right now. We only got one auto. So this is a good little crew you guys assembled.
So Mike Robb here is asking, if I draft Max Crosby, can I change that to two picks round later? So you are a Ravens fan, so I don't know if you're allowed to draft Max Crosby, sir. Your team didn't want him, so I don't think you're allowed to have him.
Jorge's jumping back in. This is a banger from 03, another life for me. Sniper Mel's just sniping away here. You guys are on it. I love doing these drafts with y'all. Jamie, I didn't want to do this live. I wanted to do like a little template. You're going to bore the audience with that, Steve. This isn't going to college, right? The live draft is where it's at. You guys do these all the time. Thanks for doing it.
I see Huhaim's doing it. Like a bunch of other guys in the community. Nice and Blunt. You got Hartman. You got Huhaim's knows them all. Like Megan Steve at the Fanspeak Network, constantly doing these lives. And you learn so much from them because you get to learn on the fly as they draft. And plus, you get to drop questions in the chat, ask them questions. They interact with you. This is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Dude, this is really hard to be drafting and doing this. I'm not going to lie. Like, this is like my attention span's all over the place right now, guys.
It took a while.
I'm going to read the second. I'm going to read the second and third round now that I just picked off the clock. Tell me if anything jumps out. Tell me if this isn't chalk to you. I mentioned 2.1 was James Cook, 2.2 Drake London, 2.3 Jonathan Taylor, 2.4 AJ Brown. I've seen him go a little bit all over the place. I'm going to ask you about that. 2.5 Kenneth Walker, 2.6 A-Chain, 2.7 Hampton, 2.8 Bowers. I've seen him go higher. 2.9 Neighbors. That's the biggest enigma in this whole draft, right? 2.10 Barkley. Come back around next round. 3.1 Collins, 3.2 Chase, 3.3 Love, 3.4 Henry, 3.5 Burden, 3.6 Rashid Rice. That's a question to me. 3.7 Higgins, T. 3.8 Breece Hall, 3.9 Trey McBride, 3.10 George Pickens. I'm back on the clock. I'll let you guys have it. Go right ahead.
So one thing that stuck out to me, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to explain it better, but why is Rashid Rice such a value where he's going?
I mean, he's still being viewed that he might not be healthy. The man ran out of prison, literally. Like not jail. Like, I mean, I think he's fine. I'm not worried about that. Like, is it great that he was there? Nah, no, not great that he was there, but definitely great that he looked pretty spry leaving. Like, so Rashid Rice in full PPR just absolutely destroys things. Like, I think he had. Let me bring up my stats. I don't have them up right now, but he's basically top 10 wide receiver every single year whenever he's actually healthy, like the games he plays in points per game. So I think that their offense is going to be better. I think their defense is going to be a lot worse. I think they're going to be in more shootouts. I think their offensive line is going to improve with Justin Simmons in year 2. So just everything lines up to Mahomes having to push the ball at the end of games. Kenneth Walker also, because I took him as well. He's going to be out there on first and second downs for the receiving role as well. Kenneth Walker has had multiple years with 50-plus receptions. Rashid Rice, I would be shocked if he plays the entire season if he's under 100 receptions. Like I would be absolutely shocked.
I do have a question for you guys. I'm going to hold it to the end of this round because it's like a mid-draft kind of question. So Jamie, anything you got, shoot it. Bring it on us. Lay on the thunder.
Well, I'm looking at my draft, and I went 3 elite running backs, right? And then I'm still seeing these receivers just fall to me, like a Dunze, who I just picked. I was debating him or Christian Watson. And I'm going to get Christian Watson right here again. Or I can get Price. Or I can get Pollard. Because Pollard, who James talked about it yesterday on his live stream, he's the ultimate number 3 running back. And I'm getting him right now as my number 4. I think that's a smash.
Good point.
I would have taken him as my 5 if he came back and stopped.
So, yeah, if I would have taken Pollard, who Hames would have took him. So, yeah. I got him.
How long? Like, this is partially an IDP thing. I haven't researched it as much. Micah Parsons, how long is he supposed to be out for?
Oh, half the season at least.
At the minimum, 33% of season. And that's smart that you asked that, because like that's a buyer beware. And if you're doing that, you better have a stacked team in front of you. The problem is people are overdrafting him, and that's going to leave a hole in your roster. So don't buy into the name. Gentlemen, I just sent you guys the Fantasy and Frames ADP because that's where it gets really helpful. Jorge will tell you there's not too many offense and defense strategy guides out there, so you'll be able to see it. Typically, me and Jamie wait on IDP, but you're not wrong to take 1 or 2 in here. We just did. We've seen Max Crosby, we've seen Aiden. Usually that 7th, 8th round, that's when people start drawing blood,
Well, yeah, like I think the more informed you are on the later picks in IDP, the more you can push it. And I think that the less you know, like, because I generally just do the offensive side. I think if you focus more on the offensive side, like, and you want to take these names that there are some names that I see that are probably really good IDP, but I haven't honestly done IDP research this year, but I know that there's some, I know what position score points because I used to do IDP all the time. So, and in best ball though, with the way sacks work out, I do think having the Myles Garrett's, like the 3 sack games, those things spike up so well, and you don't have to pick what week they start. So I'm probably going to only take defensive ends and just hope to spike like each other week. Like I'm probably just going to like, if you don't play for, like, I'm going to risk it for the biscuit, man. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I've seen.
Hey, the comment, before. Jordan goes, I'm trying to hold as long as he can so Real IDP Hunter can talk. I seen you do that because I read the first 2 rounds and I was about to go on the clock. I'm like, I better start talking faster. He held for me. I appreciate you, Jordan, because I'm on it again. Son of a holy heck. Okay, guys, let me go back to it. This is rough. I'm not going to lie. This is rough.
I do like Huhaim's point about, the defensive ends and the high spike week tackles, but you do have to also have some of those elite linebackers that just get you consistently like 10, 11, 12 tackles a game. I've seen both because I've done hundreds of these drafts in another tournament style, and I've seen people just push down the defensive ends, and I don't think that's the correct way you should do it. You should always take a shot at them, but you also need to mix in like you just did with Roquan. Like he is my number 1 or 2 or 3.
I was saying that so I could get Roquan. No,
okay. Well, I just took Brooks, so
reverse psychology.
So I have Brooks as my number 1 overall, and I just got him at.
It's always great when you have people having conversations in the chat. Totally ignoring us having conversations. Look at this. Yeah. Hey, it's Mace. Hi, Mace. What's up, Broski? Hi, Mace. Yo, Mace. So, Mace, we're at 1K viewers right now live. I don't know where the hell they're coming from. Portugal. We got people in all these different leagues. Vancouver. You make 1.1K or whatever Jorge said earlier.
So listen,
I'm on. Oh, Jamie, you're on the clock, my friend.
So, like, I waited a little bit. I pushed those IDPs, but I still got 2 top 5 guys in the overall ranking.
I mean, but you got 3 and 4 because I got 1 and 2, sir. Just so you're aware.
We'll see. see about
Oh,
that because
man.
I think Steve with Campbell actually might be the number one overall. if you think
Nope,
about
it's
it.
my guys. It's my guys.
Well,
Um,
like I have an advantage right now because Jorge
Oh,
published
yeah.
that article in Fantasy Frames. I kind of know where the players are kind of popping. And like I said, I just emailed that to you guys. I'm going to double check on my next pick here. But I'll have that out to everybody. And that's what we want. It's a free article. We're just trying to make better leagues, better players, better football players. You can go out there and kick the ass of the guys that aren't reading this stuff, right?
Yeah, I haven't. I used to love IDP, man. It's it's very in depth, and it takes a lot of work to do IDP
And
correctly.
Steve puts in the work, and that's why he's like a consistent top IDP ranker in the past few years.
Yeah, I nothing but respect for that because like the IDP grind is real.
So if you look at the board, you can see where like the running backs kind of fell off, and that's probably where I took Pollard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be the eighth
Yeah.
round.
Yeah,
So
Jonathan.
eighth round, having 4 decent running backs, I think I'm going to stop for a while on running backs, and I'm going to fill out like my flex area, grab a couple more wide receivers, maybe some IDP.
Yeah, so like after
So,
Pollard, the
and
next
that's what
one.
I wanted to bring up to you guys a little bit later on. It's easier to go defense later because there's more players as opposed to offense. You start trying to build your offense now, you're going to be out of gas with some of these positions. Some of these positions we're running low on. You have to unless you're okay with who's on the board right now. Alex Pierce, Brock Purdy, maybe. Kenneth Gainwell, heck, not from my RB1. Jake Ferguson, you know what I mean? There's not a lot here. So it's always smarter. And there's just more players at play. People think it's the same. People think it's even offense and defense. It's not. There's 5 offensive linemen in front of those guys. So you got to think 32 teams, 7 offensive players versus 32 teams, 11 defensive players. So it always, these larger drafts, we go 30 rounds here. It always measures out defense at the end of these drafts.
Yeah, and there's more content out there on the offensive side, so it's more widely known. Like, so that's why I was saying, like, because I don't know as much about the defensive side, attacking the names I do know makes more sense because I do think that you could find some diamonds in the rough late, and in best ball specifically, like. Dalton Kincaid is actually, like, I just took him. Like, he is an absolute smash at something like this. Like, he was number 1 last year, I believe, in ADOT at tight end by far. So the thing is like,
so Mace just said, hey, Real IDP Hunter is the international man of mystery. That's Austin Powers, my friend. He's the international man of mystery. These guys are on the streets grinding. Oh, he's going after LB. He just said, sorry, I had to jump in there, guys.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, you got to entertain your chat, man. That's a key.
Question. I was going to wait like this round or two because it involves stacking. This is usually when I've been struggling with that. I'm getting a little bit better in these later drafts. At what point do you think about stacking, or better yet, is there some cheap stacks available? I know I got a couple like Hurts, Devontae Smith, or Nix, Waddle. Is there any particular stacks you're looking for? Because in these best balls, that's the cherry on the sundae a lot of times. If I can get a stack. I've had a hard time with that. I'll reveal what I learned, but I want to hear what you guys have to say specifically about stacking.
Well, before who goes, because I know he loves his stacks, but for me, when I do these single leagues, I don't really focus on stacks as much. And who kind of taught me that? I asked him a question one night, like, who do I go with here? He was like, well, it's a single league. You're not in a big tournament. Go with your best player available. And that's why I kind of do it. So I ignore stacks, but I don't to a point to where if the value falls to me, I will take it, but I'm not reaching for it like I would in an actual tournament.
Yeah, so the point that he's making there is, so whenever you take AJ Brown with Drake May, what you're doing is you're giving yourself a chance to have a gigantic week together, right? Well, whenever you're in a playoff situation like on Underdog or DraftKings or whatever, and you have a 200-person final, that's the kind of thing that you need to separate yourself from the field. Here, like if you have Drake May, like because multiple people will have Drake May in that, multiple people will have AJ
Right.
Brown in that. So you want something to help you separate from that. And like it makes the bet easier to hit because if the Drake May bet is hitting, he's probably bringing somebody along with him unless it's rushing touchdowns. So adding the stack matters. And so what it's doing is in this situation, it's more adding floor than it is ceiling because it's only against the 12 people.
Back on the quarterback, guys. You guys, Mace asked you to come back. Jamie's restocking. He's recharging.
Yeah, I had to grab another beer.
Unless it falls to me, like I took Burrow in this one because he just fell. I thought that was ridiculous good value. But I usually play chicken at quarterback. Is that what you guys do? Like the first one takes quarterback, usually loses. I'll fill up on the flex and then I'll come back in and get a guy. Or do you guys see that differently?
It depends on the cost. Every year will be different, and it depends on the cost. This year, I think that Drake May and Jaden Daniels are like they're way too far below the other the other elites, and I think they're both have the chance to be quarterback one this year. So I'm just gonna gamble on those players to be awesome, and I think that like whoever quarterback one is, and Justin Herbert could be that with McDaniel there as well. So like. I think that some of those bets are really good. I do think that waiting till late, just taking 3 in a row is a very solid strategy because like all you're doing is you're looking to make sure you don't lose at that position. And if you go 3 of them late, you're just hoping that kind of what I was talking about, like taking all the defensive ends for the sacks, you're just hoping that they hit in different weeks.
So if you look at our draft, there's a guy. I was going to say there's a guy at the 8th spot. He hasn't drafted a quarterback yet. Like, what the hell is he thinking? He's like, oh, well, there's at least 4 or 5 quarterbacks left on the board that I'd be comfortable with starting as my QB1. And I'm taking them at how many quarterbacks have went off the board already? 13, something like that.
And it's only a 10-man league too.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna grab like who said like grab those guys late. Like I'm gonna get Stafford here. That's insane. Stafford, Haynes, I think he is a top 10 quarterback. So I wrote a whole song about it.
Here's my problem with Stafford, right? Like redraft, no question. Best ball, I'm slightly lower because I have a hell of a time stacking them, like with like the Pukas or the Devontaes, what have you. But who don't care, does he? Who's like, I don't care about stacking. This is a big tournament. So that's a good point there. Thoughts there on Stafford? Who's your guy besides Jaden Daniels? Who?
It's Jaden Daniels, Drake May. I have Justin Herbert quarterback 5. I have Justin Herbert over Jalen Hurts. I have Justin Herbert over Caleb Williams. I have him over. I just have him a quarterback 5. I think it's a pretty easy thing. Like I think it's pretty easily he's quarterback 5 over Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, Mahomes, like all those guys. Dak Prescott.
So I wanted to ask you. I'm on the clock, right? I know Jamie said RB's wasted, what have you, right? At later on, I get bargain bins. I'm going to ask you about these 2 players. I took 2 RBs, 2 in the last 3 rounds. I took Kenneth Gainwell 12.7. I took Aaron Jones 14.7. Am I wasting my pick? Because at that point, I have 6 running backs. I feel good about myself, the race to 5. But any thoughts on like those discount running backs? If you don't like those, do you got a better one for me?
What was the name you threw out?
I got Aaron Jones 14.7, and I got Kenneth Gainwell 12.7.
I mean, in PPR, those are great.
See?
There's all kinds of ways you can build your running back room. It's all about making sure you have enough volume to fill all your flex positions, right? So one of the things, like what I did with going 4 in a row and stopping, like I'm pretty much telling myself that every single week, 2 of my 3 flexes are just going to be those guys. So since I switched off of that position, like now that means my 3rd flex spot is probably going to be weaker. because I switched off of that position, and the way to fortify the top or the third flex spot is to go even deeper at that position, and which I didn't do. But I was always planning on with the tight end 0.75 to go 3 tight ends. And I ended up with Kraft, Kincaid, and Goddard. So I have between the 2 extra running backs and the 2 extra tight ends, I should be able to fill those 3 flex spots pretty easily.
Yeah, that's a good
Jamie,
strategy. I saw that you took Aaron Jones. I would have took Rashad White over him.
Okay,
since you did,
that's what I was going to ask you next. I was about to take White, and I panicked, but he had a round value. Yeah.
But what I was going to say is, since you did take Aaron Jones, maybe with your last pick, just grab Claiborne, because we did set this up to where you have an extra 2 spots that you could just throw out there as whatever pick. So in the 30th, 29th round, go grab the replacement for Aaron Jones, just in case Aaron Jones does get hurt or something happens to him.
Moving on from that, this is a good round for like cheap wide receiver potential ones. I don't know how you guys feel. The Jaden Reed types, the Josh Down types. I don't know about Ricky Purcell, but any thoughts there? There's still some meat on the bone. I'm not necessarily picking apart the IDP just yet.
Right here at my pick, there's not much left that I want. So I'm just going to go with another IDP.
I think there were some upside names. I think there's 1 or 2 left, and I think it gets kind of thin after that.
So I'm going to name some names just for fun. You tell me if you like them or you don't. You ready? Jaden Higgins.
Okay.
Yeah, he's all right.
Jalen Coker.
Fine.
I'm all right with them.
Romeo Downs.
Dubs?
I don't mind him because it's a stack, but I'm not going to go out of my way to get it.
Same.
KC Concepcion. However you say his name. Concepcion.
I've been growing on him just because of his talent.
He's a
and then
like,
last. Yeah,
full PPR. He's all like he has more upside.
Last but not least, Juan Jennings of the Vikings. You in or you out?
I'm only going after him if I have Murray.
Okay.
I'm pretty out.
Which I just took Murray. So
yeah,
another one of my top 12. So I have 3 top 12 quarterbacks in my lineup.
All right. So
this thing's flying by, guys. Where did I leave off on the 3rd round? No, I did 2nd and 3rd round, right? So
we can just talk about teams later unless you want to.
Yeah, we can do it at the end. I wanted to go through the first 5 rounds, though, so that's why I'm kind of jumping through.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to read some stuff. You tell me what you like. 3.1 was Nico Collins. 3.2 was Chase Brown. 3.3 was Jeremiah Love. 3.4, Derrick Henry. 3.5, Luther Burden. 3.6 was Rashid Rice. 3.7, T. Higgins. 3.8. I'm on the clock, fellas. 3.8. I'll just, if one of y'all can read that for me, I'd appreciate it. Let me get my pick in here.
Breece Hall, then Trey McBride, and 3.10, George Pickens.
All right. Anything in there worth talking about, Jamie?
I'm pretty out on Trey McBride, and I almost took him because of the 0.75 where I took Rashid Rice. I don't love that offense. I don't love the situation, but the additional points is really big for him.
Like in this format, so I go off of the FFPC drafts, which is 0.75, high stakes. Trey McBride usually goes early 2nd.
Yeah. So
it was hard for me to pass on him where I took Breece Hall. But I was listening to when he was talking about his running backs. You've got to get those elite running backs. So I went that strategy this league here. So I'm happy passing on McBride here. And then especially when you can get Tucker Kraft, who got Tucker Kraft?
What about Isaiah Bond, fellas? That's what J-Town 410 wants me to talk shit, I guess, to your boy Hoovings in the corner. I had to get that in. I'm sorry.
Who aims? I swear to God, Me and Huhames talked about Isaiah Bond last night on his stream.
That's funny. It's probably why he came.
It's because JT drafted him.
Oh, shit.
It was because JT. I'm like, what? I can't. I was like, I can't get behind him, man. I can't. I can't get behind this one. Sorry, guy. So
At some point, a flyer's no longer a flyer, right? He's a crawler.
Yeah.
And then I love that the pick you just took with Kittle. Like,
yeah,
I would have rather
2 rounds later, buddy.
I'd rather have Kittle over Gaston, and you got him right after that.
Yeah, it was back-to-back drafts. It was. Love JT. He's out there living his best life, man. Just drafting teams. He drafts a bunch of good teams. Every once in a while, he throws a name in there. It's just like, why? What are we doing? I would not be shocked if in a future draft we see him draft Xavier Hutchinson.
Jorge just revealed the strength of his drafts. He just mentioned that he's been rocking the Yingling black and tan currently. Excellent choice. Men of culture, are you listening? This is a man of class and distinction. And, Mace is in the chat. Mace, you should have came on with us. He's in here chatting away. Allegedly he's at college right now. You're at school. So either you're doing this in class with your professor or, he's probably in some bathroom somewhere drafting. What do you think?
I mean, if I was at some college, I'd be in some girl's dorm room, not in the bathroom hiding, drafting.
I got
allegedly.
I got an actual IDP question for you. Ruben Payne. Ruben Payne. How high do you have him in rookie startups? Because I personally liked Ruben Payne as a prospect more than I liked David Bailey. Like I
have Bailey higher.
Yeah,
I do.
Most people,
but
do.
I have. Yeah, I was just gonna say and I understand the rationale. I have Bailey like in that top 4. In that pecking order. The way those guys are coming down. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think and do this and go off the board. So, like, who do we have? Let's say we have the top linebackers. Then you have the Baileys. Reese, I guess we consider a linebacker. Yeah, Bain goes right after that pile, and I love the system he's going to be in. Interior, outside, inside, it doesn't matter. He's a bulldozer. That's what we're looking for. So, yeah, I'm high on Bain, but, I don't necessarily draft rookies unless I'm in a dynasty. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's why I ask about your rookie price.
So I was in a dynasty. I won the league last year. I had the 12th pick. Styles went, Reese went, and I was at the 112, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. My team's stacked. I'll take Bailey. So I ended up taking Bailey. Bain went 2 picks. Bain went 2 picks later.
We have a guy in the chat, Mace Ryan. He works for USA Today. He writes for the Bucks Wire, and there's his seal of approval. Ruben Baines is the answer in Tampa Bay. He's going to have a great year if Villa can continue to blow up the middle, and that's the key. You got a guy like that eating up blocks. But yeah, I like what's going on in Tampa Bay. But yeah, I have him. If it's an IDP all IDP draft, he's going after those major 4 or 5. I can look up a draft. I'll text you offline how I have them. But yeah, combined league, he slips a little bit. I can get him a lot cheaper. And if you really want some value, look for the 4th round. Look for Akeem Mesidor, and then Mace's boy Lawrence, Malachi Lawrence. Those are my 3 and 4s. Yeah,
Malachi Lawrence he's
DL2
really
to me. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just think like with the Jets, Bailey's going to be sucking up a lot of tackles, a lot of space. Mm-hmm.
Hey. You're on auto pick, dude. Steve.
Yeah. I took Ruben Baines for you. I got it already queued up. Here, let me vent to you. Let me vent to you guys. When I'm on auto pick, I just put my stuff in there and then I let it take it. That's how I think most people draft. Jamie this weekend just sets it up so no one misses their pick, and these kids just abandon us, don't they, Jamie? They just leave us. They go hiking.
There was one person that, but still, I was like, hey, it's the weekend. You're going to spend time with family.
Yeah, but then they abandon us. It's their who Haynes? Where do you stand?
That was the whole
It's your
point.
individual responsibility to set your queue, or you get whatever is auto picked.
So if I set a queue,
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden I go hiking, and then like 4 hours later I come back, and then like
you get your players.
seven picks were autoed. No, you're not. You're not putting 80 players in a queue, dude.
I am, sir. And that's your damn
Well,
fault. You went hiking and didn't plan your day. I am, sir.
No, well, it's a slow draft. You have 8 hours per pick.
Okay.
Enjoy it. Enjoy your 8 hours.
You just answered your question, though.
Does it put you on auto pick if you time out on any pick on sleeper?
Yeah, but
Okay.
for some reason this year Sleepers let you come back on. What I do, and I thought everybody did this, I'll set like my top 100, top whatever you want, whatever it is. I'm just making that up. And then you just go ahead and click the queue, and I'm doing it right now. You slick it over to auto pick, and it'll just pick the player that you had in there, so you don't have to worry about that. You know.
All right, so Steve,
I don't know,
to answer your question, I think you asked earlier before we started the draft, where do you just start abandoning ADP and then just grab your players? This is where I'm starting to do it. We're in rounds 18, 19.
It's still too early for Isaiah Bond.
It is, but you still need to go after just the players you think are going to score the highest. For example, there's a guy right here.
Smart.
I'm at my pick. There's a guy I know I could probably get later, but I'm not going to pass him up because I want him on my team, and that's Jalen Naylor. I think right now he is the number one receiver on his team, and if you're getting a number one receiver in the 20th round in these drafts, that's insane.
There's still
I think that's smart. What you guys are saying, that's smart. I only did the ADP draft to 17 because after that, I literally right at the bottom of it, get your guys. And this right now, what we're in, this is prime DB territory. You're going to maybe not the top names, but you're going to see some names off the board that come off and you're like, oh, wait, Cam Curl's there. Oh, wait, this guy's here. That guy's there, case in point. So there's a guy right now that should be going. I'm seeing what Jordan takes.
And then also, don't ignore the DBs this late because they can give you value, especially if you're one of those box safety type players. And we also added a little bit different than the 1, 2, 3 scoring. I forgot to mention this earlier. You get was it 0.1 points for every 1 yard for interception yards and fumble recovery yards.
Okay.
So on my pick right here, case in point, what are we? We're super deep. We're what? We're 20 rounds in. I'm getting Nick Cross right here. Depending how you feel about that, that's that's a good value. Yeah. So this is DB territory, like I was saying earlier.
Yeah, Nick Cross is on my list. I got 4 or 5 more people that are pretty much almost the same as Nick Cross.
It looks like these rankings are very Dynasty startup build. Like the
sleeper rankings are off. Do not pay attention to sleeper rankings. I've told so many people this. Do not pay attention to sleeper rankings, especially for IDP. It's trash. You need to go off of like Steve's list. Go find Fancy and Frames or the Huddle. Steve has his rankings out there. I've won so many leagues in the past just going off of Steve's rankings alone for IDP.
And I think that's why we have a channel and a chat room. Like if you know your IDP, you can kind of move around these drafts. I probably shouldn't say it for future drafts, but Jamie, you know my list. Quay Walker goes deep. Nate Landman isn't even in their ADP. What the hell are they doing? And there's some players that are about to pop up now, IDP, that aren't even – I'll sit on that for a minute. Dude, there's so many players we have that are de facto LB1s that are going to go later in these drafts. Shoot, my draft now, not to grandstand here, but, I mean, I waited kind of later, right? I kind of waited – what'd I go? Pick 10, Nick Bolton, 11, Henley, 13, Fred Warner. I mean, you can get them later, to your point.
Like Cashman, Landman, I forgot what draft we're in now, but I think it was number 3.
Yeah.
I took them back to back because I wanted both mans, like Cashman, Landman.
Did somebody draft a player and then remove the player and then – because I could have sworn I seen Malik Willis drafted and now he's back being able to be drafted.
No. I think you're tripping, dude.
Jason Point, 21st round. Nick Cross went before 21st round. Cam Curl. You can get super players. Huhaim just snagged Malik Willis. He had a fever dream about Malik Willis, and now he appears.
Well, like I was looking at taking him with the golden pick, and I decided not to because I messed up and I drafted 2 quarterbacks with bye week 11. So
You want to talk about a golden pick? Jamie, Jorge Edwards, fresh out of the strip club, fresh out of Yingling and Lager, 21.7. Andrew Van Ginkel, he's good, right? Andrew Van Ginkel, you heard that name, right? 21st damn round.
Yep.
Jorge pulling that out. I'm talking about defensive backs. He's over here making big sack plays here.
Yeah, I like the Van Ginkel pick. I did have him a little bit below my Tyke Smith that I just took.
You know, I like Jeremy Chin this year, Florida man. You never hear nothing good about Florida man, do you? He's always on the newspaper. He's always on the radio. Florida man did this today. A Florida man did that today. But I have Jeremy Chin sneakily around that DB 10, 11 range. I know people don't want to hear that, but there's just so many DBs with the Raiders. He's a big impact kind of guy. Jamie, we didn't talk much about the scoring. It's a 1-2-3 baseline, but you juiced up the defensive backs. That's why we're going after him now. You gave us an extra point for the pass deflection, and then you juiced up the return yards. I think you get 1 point every 10 yards. Somebody like a Jeremy Chin hits the guy, fumbles the ball, runs on the field. That's probably a 30-point play. You know what I mean? So defensive backs later can make or break this format. It's just so fluky. It's just so fluky to call who it's going to be. Who's going to be the top guy this year? I'd rather build with my linebackers, those middle rounds, and then later on get some sleepers, which I'll reveal later on.
That's what I'm doing now. It's like I just took Jeremy Bates, Tyke Smith, Nick Worry, but I have my baseline of I got 4 top 12 overall, and they're all linebackers. I got Brooks, Schwessinger, Alukin, and Spillane. I know Spillane's probably a little bit outside the top 12, but he can still be in the conversation. And
hey, Buda Baker, he's pretty good, huh?
I love Buda Baker. Buda, baby.
Oh.
So I'm looking through the ADP right now and finding a bunch of names that shouldn't be where they are. And that's me not knowing IDP super well, but there's some like you mostly want the safeties, right? Like they score the most points generally.
So here's the thing. That's an excellent question. I'm glad you brought it up. So excellent question. Yes, when you look at 1, 2, 3 scoring, defensive backs, don't abandon them. Average 1, 2, 3, they usually get 2 points pass deflection. That's the highest of any format. Jamie juiced it at 3. DBs are going to score in this. Linebackers and DBs are going to score in this, but here's the problem. Here's where the problem is. Volatility. Each year they go up and down all over the place, what have you. It's so hard to pick who's going to be a top 10 defensive back each year, because don't forget the quarterback has to target these guys. Now the cheat code around that, I got you, Jorge, I'm listening. The cheat code around that is probably, hey, you know what I'll do? I will go ahead and I'll take the guy in the box, or I'll take the guy in the slot role, because you know what his role is. But good luck drafting that early, because those positions, those roles can change. IDP could change on the flip of a coin, the drop of a hat super quick. So that's why it's important to get in these drafts and be knowledgeable on the subject and read whoever's material you want to read.
So back when I used to do IDP heavily, something I did, and I don't know if it's the same way now, but doing targeting cover 2 corners was a really good way to assure tackles. Because a cover 2 scheme that had one really good cornerback, you target whoever the corner was on the opposite side, because they're going to funnel a bunch over there. They're going to let the receptions happen, so the drives are going to stay longer, and they're going to get more tackles. So, is that still a thing that works?
So I'm going to say no, because coverages, it used to be like subs, like 4-3-3-4 were like the standard, and then those were the sub plays. Now everybody's playing a cover 2, cover 3, cover 4 for coverage, where it does still correlate. And this is kind of a little cheat here. teams that play a lot of zone coverage, the middle linebacker gets a lot of play. He gets a lot of good points. Statistically, the guy like the Cardinals, the Rams were one. If it's one linebacker sets in there in coverage, that guy's back's to the goalpost, and he can go ahead and cover and then wrap the tackle. As opposed to teams that play a lot of man, your back's to the field and you're running away you don't see the quarterback. So man and zone still matter, but the coverage scheme itself, not necessarily. It all depends. But yeah, I'm not gonna like tie myself down to cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, because it does change, and everybody has it in their tool set. There's a lot of coaches now that are like, what am I gonna say? They're from different coaching trees, so they got sprinkled a little bit of everything. It's not like back in the day when you just seen one Tampa 2 or this, that, whatever. It's all over the place. So that would be a hard one to gauge.
Okay. Yeah. And like I said, I haven't done full on IDP because I was really into it for like 8 years to 9 years. It was like actually been more like 11. So it's been a long time since I went that deep into IDP. I do still do leagues here and there with it. So I was just curious if that was a trend that worked.
King of IDP needs one more owner this year. Yes, let's talk about that. Will Holst runs this excellent. One of the best Facebook pages, clean, because in IDP, people love to argue this, that, what have you. Will Holst, shout out to him. He runs an excellent page, the biggest page for fantasy football IDP. And we're all on there. Mostly we're in the chat. We're in the chat room. Jorge's in there, Mason's in there, James in there. We're all in there in the middle of the night just yakking it up, right? Will runs, it's called King of IDP. He runs 2 redrafts every year. He runs King of IDP and he runs a combo league, which is mixed. I like the King of IDP because it's incredibly challenging. You're going to start a whole plethora of players. I know I'm getting ready to get on the clock here. I just want to, okay, hold on. Let me make my pick and I'll talk a little bit more about King of IDP. But we need one more over there on the page. Just message me if you're interested. Hold on a second. I can do it right now, actually. Hold on. This is so hard to multitask, fellas. Thanks for hanging in there with me. This King of IDP we do. Mace played last year. Jamie, did you play it? Did you play it at all? I can't remember.
No, I was not in that.
We start 3 DLs, 3 LBs, 3 DBs. You get 2 flex spots. And it's all 1, 2, 3 scoring. So, if you're like me and you want to stack those linebackers, good luck to that, sir, because you got 16 other people coming at you. But this is one of the funnest leagues. I personally like all IDP leagues. I know I'm in the minority on these kind of things. Shoot, Jamie and Jorge, y'all to talk me off the bridge, right? I wanted to make this, positional, this, that, whatever. That would have kind of changed everybody's viewpoints here on the subject. But yeah, this league here is really fun to me. I love playing it. Will runs it every year. If you're interested in a full-on IDP league, King of IDP, I think it's a redraft. We only pay $17 a year, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I kind of want to do a podcast with you, ASDF. If we can do a podcast throughout the year, kind of hyping this up, and maybe we can go over the draft because that's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites to do and talk about. Sorry, guys, I just wanted to get that in because I'm glad you brought that up. We need one more for King of IDP.
All right, so my pick coming up, I am looking at a receiver at this position. And you said about stacking, and I'm going to stack a guy without the quarterback because I do have Garrett Wilson. So this late in the draft, I'm going to take A.D. Mitchell because if Wilson doesn't have a good game, I'm sure A.D. Mitchell will. What do you think about A.D. Mitchell? Is he on your radar? Should he be higher?
I don't know. He's a guy I'm not sure on right now. I
definitely wouldn't have took him naked here if I didn't have Wilson.
I think he's standalone fine. Looking at the names that are left, there are not a lot of names that I like more than him.
Well, there is one I know you like more, and that's who I was gonna take.
It's probably not that guy. I actually have below A.D. Mitchell right now.
All right, and I was thinking about taking him. We're talking about Joey Bernard.
Oh no, there's
Hey, gents. Question. I'm about to take Njoku in the 26th. How do you feel about that one?
I don't like
I
it.
like it. I like it.
Okay.
So it depends on what you think is going to happen.
Wiggins, Joe, I sent you the invite.
So who? Why do you like, or why don't you like Njoku? And I'll tell you why I do like him.
Because he got paid absolutely nothing after they paid Charlie Kohler like $8 million a year. Nobody offered him more than like what $2 million a year. Like that's really bearish for the NFL as a whole. Like he might be ring chasing, but like let's say you think he's going to turn down $5 million to go play for 2 for a ring. I don't think he would. I don't know the guy, but I just look at what the NFL paid him, and that same team paid 4 times the amount to a guy who's a blocking tight end that has a more of a McDaniel type player in Gadsden as already on the team. I don't know that he's going to be on the field that much.
Gaston coming into his second year, he is still kind of raw. You got to remember in rookie drafts, nobody was talking about Gaston. He was undrafted or late 4th round, and I have him in 17 out of my 30 Dynasty drafts, 18 because I sold him in 1. But now with Njoku going in, a veteran presence, he's going to be a red zone threat. He's going to be the main guy. And then Gaskin can just take a step back and let him develop the way that he's supposed to develop instead of forcing Gaston to be the number 1. You actually have Njoku there to take a little bit of the pressure off of Gaston. So, like, I'm not 100% in on Njoku. I just love the fact that they brought him in to take the pressure off of Orlando Gaston.
You know what I love, Jamie? I love these late rounds because you can really build a team. Like, for example, I did the Njoku. The reason I asked you is because I did Gatson a little bit earlier. You know what I mean? So I'm like, let me just hog tie those two together, handcuff. Jordan actually did something. Smart. Jordan did, I think it's smart anyway. He did in 26.6 Tua and then 27.5 Penix. He's bound to have a quarterback somewhere. One could throw far, one could throw accurate. Together, you got one quarterback. So I just think it's neat, these late round hauls. And there's some players here you can kind of build around.
All right, so there is one linebacker left on the board that I or actually there's 2, and I'm going to grab them both. But Steve, what do you think about getting in the zone with anal zone?
So this is a Mace take, and I kind of wish you were here with us, Mace. Mace in the offseason, he's like, what are you doing? Anal zone, otherwise known as Alex Anzalone. He's going to be the green dot this year. Think of that trash fire of a depth chart the Buccaneers have at linebacker. We love the defensive line, but they have Dennis. They have this one. They have a rookie. That's all over the place. One thing we do know that out of all those guys, Alex is the most talented, the 3-down role player. He's going to be the go-getter. You got him this late in the draft. I think you're incredibly smart. Somebody else took Davis. That was Jamie. Okay, you're thinking, again. Now you know what I'm about to do? I have 2 deeper defensive linemen I was going to showcase here. I was going to talk about on my next picks.
I know how you love to go
so
deep.
So you're doing linebacker, I'm doing DL. So while Jordan's getting ready to do this, I just want to talk about, I have a player right now in my queue, been waiting to do this. For some reason, he's buried, and I don't know why. He's a starter. He's tier 2, French tier 1. He's had 100 pressures in the last 2 years. And again, if you see the way I built this thing, I went linebacker first, DB because of the points. But then I want some DLs at their first 5 in my portfolio. But I cannot tell you why 28.7 Montez Sweat is just sitting the hell on the board. It makes no damn sense. My 29th, excuse me, I can't read any glasses. My 29th is going to be there because of a reason. I get it. But the 28th, Montez Sweat, there's no reason for you to be going this late in drafts, fellas. No reason.
Funny fact about that, like I'm in 12-team leagues with this same format, but it's super flex, and you start 10 and 5 IDP flex, and I'm getting Montez Sweat pass pick in the 30th round. People are just ignoring him, and he is my most owned IDP player in those tournaments.
So another guy I like to take, a DL30 type that had a great year, but they consider him a bust because he came out so damn young in college. I got 14 seconds left. I'm just going to pull the trigger. Chase Young's sitting there at the end of your draft, Phil. Take a shot. He'll probably be a starter for one or two of these weeks. But yeah, Montez Sweat, Chase Young at the back of your draft. Jonathan Grenard was going to be my next one. Jordan sniped me there. I hate saying the word snipe, fellas. I hate it because if you really wanted the guy, you would have took him in the last 28th rounds. But yeah, good pick there, Jordan. But as you can see, there's DLs for days.
Yeah.
We're in the last round, guys. I was going to ask you who you like, teams you like, but I wanted to read again. I wanted to get to at least round 5. I wanted to read rounds 4 and 5 together. 4.1 Bucky Irving, 4.2 Josh Allen. That's incredibly good fade there. 4.3 ETN, 4.4 Josh Jacobs, 4.5 Javonte Williams, 4.6 Lad McConkey, 4.6 Olave, 4.8 Loveland. Good deal. 4.9 McMillan, 4.10 Lamar Jackson. Following around on the snake, 5.1 Zay Flowers, 5.2 Kyron Williams, 5.3 Tyler Warren, 5.4 Cam Scattaboo, 5.5 DeAndre Swift, 5.6 David Montgomery, 5.7 Jalen Waddle, 5.8 Garrett Wilson, 5.9 Tootin, 5.10 Devontae Smith, and we went 5 rounds with these experts. If you can't figure it out in those 5 rounds, we can't help you. Thoughts on those 2 rounds, fellas?
So for me, like Tootin seems a little bit early. I'd rather have all those receivers that went after him: Devontae Smith, Ibuka, DJ Moore, Evans, McLaurin. I even like Judkins over Tootin. And he went, 10 picks later?
Bucky's the one I don't like.
See, I've been growing on Bucky lately, man.
And full
Really?
PPR, it is a better pick, but
Where did he go?
He went before Josh Jacobs, Travis, Javonte Williams.
Yeah. No, that is trash. Yes.
That is not great. Like,
so Bucky is in that area where, like, if Judkins is gone, I'll take Bucky. And Judkins went, around 2 rounds later?
So speaking of players going later, I took Jordan Battle at the end here. I have him as like a top 10 grade, maybe defensive back type. I say type because, anything can happen there. There's another player I struggle with that I like to take, and old Joe Wiggins of Offensive Points went and took Barrett Carter. He's in camp, second-year pro at the Bengals. He's got the green dot right now. So this is still linebacker alley at the end of your drafts. Guys like Divine Diablo are going to be out there. Guys like Barrett Carter are going to be out there. Jamie proved it with Anal Zone, as he says. Davis, they're out there. And for some reason, the great Jorge Edwards, Alex Highsmith out of nowhere, out of dust. I guess we forgot about him this draft. But to my point, there's a lot of defensive players at the end of this draft that you guys can kind of feast on.
So, for example, right now on my list, I have like 4 linebackers left that I really want on my team, and like Peyton Wilson, Eric Wilson is. Let's see, who else is there? See, Peyton Wilson, Eric Wilson, Frankie Louvu. I wouldn't mind, and I think that's it for linebackers. Maybe D Winners, but there's still a whole bunch of DBs. Hufanga, Xavier Watts, there's Quentin Lake, Antonio Winfield, Elliott, even a DL, Latu. Latu wouldn't be that bad as a late round flyer in these. Lassiter was like the number one
DB in scoring. Yeah. I think
this is league for league.
I think what you have now is an excellent startup. People are loving these leagues, what have you. It is a tournament technically because at the end we're going to do points. And what I'm going to do each week is I'm going to pick the top 5 scorers in each league. And then at the end of the year, we're going to do a giveaway, myself and Fantasy and Frames. And speaking of which, I just want to plug this one last time for the people that are just coming onto the show, what have you. Check out the article I'm going to post. It has the ADP of these drafts. We averaged all 12 of these jokers. We did it with Underdog just to make sure there wasn't any ghost in the machine. And it's the only thing out there that has offense and defense on it for best ball redraft purposes. And it's free. Run it. Check it out. All Jorge asks, check his channel out. Check it all out. Look at it. Give him a little bit of traffic over there, Fantasy and Frames. We love Jorge for doing that. And then last but not least, there's a premium content. I write, Mace writes, couple accomplished writers right over there. So check out Fantasy and Frames. And the tournament is there listed if you guys are interested and you want to do more of these. But that's all I really have. Did you guys want to look at some of these drafts and maybe get some announcements? Okay.
While we have Who Ames here, I do want you to critique my team.
Didn't do it. So, but Jamie here has Amon-Ra, Jonathan Taylor, Breece Hall, Travis. Like, I love anchor Amon-Ra, and it's so much stronger in only 2 wide receivers. Like, I went anchor wide receiver as well, but I took Rice. Amon-Ra is a much better anchor. And then you got Garrett Wilson, Mike Evans, Roman Dunze, Tony Pollard. With the way that you can start so many running backs, I think I want more RBs there. And then you have – that's where Schlesinger went. I was looking for Schlesinger at the Watt pick.
I got him.
Yeah, that was one of the names I was like, I really want this guy. Oluokun is another name that I was interested in, but I wanted to hit my flex harder with the tight ends with the premium, so I took Kincaid. You push tight end really far.
Well, I don't have to start any. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He's a flex. He's a flex that's going to be on my bench.
Right.
And I have a good one that could be put into my flex spot at least 5 or 6 weeks this year, possibly.
Where is yours?
Hockenson. That's it.
That's it, all the way down there.
And,
you don't need one.
But I also have Kyler Murray, so I kind of did a little stackety stack with that.
I like what you done. I think that your flex will be reasonably strong. I do think that kind of like what I was saying about how I wanted to overfill one position. Like, you're stronger at every position, but your flex will be weaker because of that. But it feels at your quarterbacks like you're gonna have 25 to 30 points every week with that.
I don't feel my flex is gonna be weaker if I have Breece Hall in my flex or ETN in my flex.
Well, your flex 4, your flex 5, like you're starting 3 flexes.
That's Odunze and Mike Evans. For sleeper, I'm thinking in my head, well, this is an underdog because Devonta Smith is definitely above Wilson on underdog. I thought Devonta Smith was going to fall back to me. He didn't, so I pivoted and took Mike Evans, who I don't hate. Big play.
Huhei's in my head. He's living rent-free right now because that was my question. Where do you like Wilson and where does he fly? And the answer is right after the Waddles. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That's right.
But I do prefer Devonta Smith over Wilson. Okay. So this draft doesn't reflect. Wait, hold on. Where are we?
Jamie, Devonta Smith's been going like end of 3rd, early 4th in these jokers. I've been watching that one, and he's such an easy stack to stack with Hurst because, like I said, I know who. You make me feel better because I was struggling with the stack notion. It doesn't matter as much in these little ones, but I kind of like to try it.
It's one of those things. It's not bad to do. But if you're going out of your way to do it, it's wrong, especially in these smaller things. You do want stacks, but you want to get them around their ADPs or where they're at in the large field. And in this, you definitely don't want to go out of your way to do it because, you're not trying to beat 1,000 people or whatever. You're just trying to beat the root.
Yeah, 9 other people. So that's why when I took Kyler Murray as my 3rd quarterback, I have him in my top 12. I got him in a 10-team league as my number 3, so I'm already beating the field there. That's why I took Hockenson, because Hockenson can have a 2-touchdown game one week. Okay. And that's just going to put Hockenson in my number 1 flex that week. And I got him in the 25th round, so.
But looking at your team, man, you said you've been out of the game a while. You know what you're doing. Byron Young. Byron Young is a poor man's DL1. Everybody was shocked about what he did this year, you got yourself a cheap poor man's DL1 that late in the game. I was looking for him. I think the one time I auto-picked, I was looking for him. I couldn't find him. That's why, because you got him. Another guy you got, this is for like the cool kids, the hip kids, Dallas Turner. Dallas Turner is getting ready to heat up. He's getting ready to get in his prime. Dallas Turner last year, 8 sacks, playing a rotational role. Dallas Turner, true pass rush sets. That's what I look at. I don't look at pass rush because anybody could exploit that with play action or throw a screen in there, chip block. A true pass rush, man-to-man, he's 14.6. Anything over 11 is elite. Pressure rate, if you're into that sort of thing, 15.3. The man, Dallas Turner, 43 pressures and 20 hurries. I have him as one of my sleepers. In the Facebook chat of Will Holtz we were talking about earlier, some guy was like wanting to buy Abdul Carter in the farm and give up 2 firsts. I'm like, don't do that. Get Dallas Turner on the cheap. So you have 2 cheap DL1, fringe DL2 ones, and then you still stocked up at the position. You got TJ Watt. You got Max Crosby. You did the opposite. You did the opposite of what I did. I waited at the end to get guys. You got the premium guys. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Roquan Smith, we know who that is. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. You know who Drew Tranquil is because back in the day, remember Drew Tranquil with the Chargers, them 100-plus tackles? He's more of an LB2 now. But guess what? On the Chiefs, he gets that 3-down roll. I wouldn't expect a lot, maybe 90 tackles-ish. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
His Kansas City's defense is going to be a lot worse this year, so he's going to be on the field more with more opportunity to tackle as well.
Mm-hmm. Dean is just as good as a Quay Walker. We can't call that. I love your Caleb Downs. I love your Caleb Downs because that defensive coordinator, if you go back and look at his history, he's a defensive back guru. That's what he does is he grooms young players like the Cooper DeJeans, who's actually on your team too. Cooper DeJean is a sneaky one, but we didn't talk about in this podcast. He's a corner, right? Guess what? They move him to safety. They move him all around the field. He's going to have value in every league, not just cornerback leagues. And there's 2 here that I'm going to circle on, and I'm just being a nitpicker. They're great. They're great. Don't get me wrong. Malachi Starks, first-round draft pick. People were like, I don't know if I want him or Nick Imanowari. I don't know which one I want. Well, Nick Imanowari got that box roll. Starks is playing a little bit deeper, and Hamilton's roving around. That's my only problem with him, and you can't call it on defensive backs, but you got him later. It's good value. It's good value. Barrett Carter, Demetrius Knight. Which one? Dealer's choice. It's been Demetrius Knight. I'm saying it's a little bit of Barrett Carter now. It could be both. We don't know. That's the only one where, like, we got the Dum Dum Lollipops. That's the only mystery one I'm not sure of. But it's not bad. It's a top 50 linebacker. For you being out of the game, as long as you drafted a very legitimate defensive team. And this is how I like to draft, man. I like to build a skeleton squad and duct tape it and scotch tape it based on what I know and get those premium players off the board. I'm not going to waste time. I'm IDP Hunter. I'm not going to waste time talking about offense. You got Jamie Perogue right there. Yeah. But you did a great job this draft, my friend.
Yeah, I wanted at least 2 anchors to throw a bunch of darts and try to so Byron Young on top of it, let's not kid, Jared Verse isn't Myles Garrett, and he's got Myles Garrett on the opposite side now. So that's going to free him up a little bit, right?
Fun fact, Shea LaBeouf just joined our draft, Jamie. I don't know. Better late than never, right?
I mean, he was the guy that played in Transformer movies.
Yeah, better late than ever. I think Coastal Loveland ended the 3rd, 4th round. I think that's a really good pick. 4th round, Lad McConkey. He's right there with the talented guys. 5th round, 47th pick, Terry McLaurin. There's talk in camp. They're going to try to give him 140 damn targets. I don't know if there's a player, Carnell Tate, maybe 7th round. I don't know. Is there anybody looking at these ADPs or just some of the drafts that you guys have done? I think when we had Nice and Blunt on, he said Bigsby, if he ever gets a shot and Barkley gets hurt, he's going to break drafts. I thought that was a good take. But is there anybody particularly you're looking for middle to end of drafts that you fellas think are going to break a draft or if they hit right, they're just going to blow up a league? Anybody in particular that you're targeting?
There's 3 or 4 really strong, like league breaking potential names in the middle of drafts. My number one currently, I drafted them in this draft, is actually Stephon Diggs. I don't see any possible
I can see that.
situation where he lands at to where he is not smashing the ADP he's at 120.
What if he lands on a beach over in Mexico? He doesn't even play.
He's not. Like Jonathan Brooks is a guy who could absolutely smash. Like it's a risky pick, but he could absolutely smash. And the third one is Chris Godwin because I'm pretty out on Igbuka. So
that's why I took Godwin in this draft. But I also want to throw out Rashad White because he does have a specific role that he has in that offense.
I fully agree. The only problem with like the smash ADP thing, like Rashad White's going to get 12 to 14 points a week. But I don't think there's a world in which he becomes the alpha back lead carry guy. And that's why Brooks is the pick to me over him, is because if things break right, it could absolutely smash, kind of like the Bigsby thing. Like the safest pick, and White is one of the single best picks on the board. Like it's just one of the best picks on the board. But the absolute break fantasy take, I'll push back a little on that. Like I do think he's one of the best picks on the board, though.
Let me ask you this one: 109, Jordan Addison. I mean, a couple of years ago, we were talking top 10 talent. Jamie shaking his head no. Same thing with you. What do you think? That's hard.
Like you add another 6'4" guy to the roster and Justin Jefferson. Like if Addison doesn't score from 20 yards out, which those do matter and that will happen, like he's kind of toast. Like I think that he needs a guy like Kirk Cousins there. I was pretty in on it because I didn't think Kyler was going to go there. I thought Cousins was going to. So whenever that happened in free agency, and then Juwan Jennings signed on top of it. It's like, he will have some spike weeks, but as a glue kind of player, I don't like it.
Inches are so small and the teams are so large. So it's like, I really don't have a choice. So I just scotch tape something together. I don't think it's going to work, to be honest.
I mean, that's what I did, but I think as long as you don't panic at it and you just go super thin and like take volume players, that's the play when you get boxed out. That's like why Rashad White is so good. He's going to be a volume player. And if you're starting to get boxed out at running back, you can just take him and know you're getting touches every week.
Jamie, you can follow me over at the Real IDP Hunter on Twitter. I know Who Hames. What's your Twitter handle, my friend?
My name, Jamie Perogue. It's so easy to find. All you have to do is
Who
type in
Hames,
my
what's
name.
your handle?
It's WhoHames_FF.
Okay.
Nice.
And I really got to pee, so come on.
All right, that'll do it.
All right.
That'll do it, everybody. Talk hard, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. 1K views. So you're on to something, Jamie, these live draft best balls. Have a good night, fellas. Take care.
Peace. Thanks for inviting me.